Howdy and welcome. You are listening to A Mom's Guide to Wine, a guided wine tasting with candid reflections on motherhood. Here we spill the tea, but never the wine. We're your hosts, Eliza James
and Rosie Gold.
And we're so glad you joined us for today's tasting adventure.
Full disclosure, for those with little ears around, 90% of our topics and language will be more on the R rating scale. Also, we are not professionals nor experts. We are simply sharing our experiences and including some Google searches for support. We are amateur wine enthusiasts and professional moms. That is our skill set.
That's our skill set. And some days we're not even sure we're good at those. So.
I don't know if they're considered skills every day.
Not every day. Some days I'm like, But
maybe Pandora's box of complicated issues.
But first, the wine. And today's wine comes from Maydelle County Wines, and it is an elderberry wine. Picked it because elderberry is not a particularly popular fruit. I think it's more in the UK it is, but not
maybe.
Here.
I know that I see it a lot within like
holiday seasons.
Soaps and candles and like different home goodsy stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it's a more
oils, essential oils.
But I feel like
things.
it's a seasonal thing. You know, like they use it in certain like
thing.
You think it's a medicine aisle?
Yes.
Oh, I think you're right. I think it is.
Like
I think it's on there because it's supposed to help with immune system, right?
Yeah.
No, I think you're right.
Of course I would know that.
You would know that. So we're going to help our immune system by drinking wine today.
This one wasn't in the medicine aisle. It could be.
It could be, I guess. I hope it doesn't taste like medicine. That's a concern now. Thank you.
As long as it doesn't taste like those Flintstone vitamin things when I was a kid, I'm good.
Ew. So, a little bit about the wine. So, on their website, they welcome you to the fruit family. I think they make lots of fruit-flavored wines, but wines are made from fruit 90% of the time, so this was pretty good.
Otherwise, you're working on moonshine.
Yeah. Using products available from the Texas soil, each batch of fruit wine here at Maydelle is kept small. Most of our wines are produced in less than 300-gallon batches, keeping creation at the small scale, allowing what really matters to shine through, the fruit. So that is really small, like 300 gallons. That's what they make at a time. It's very tiny. Instead of stomping on the same old grapes, we go out on a limb and create wines that are not only pleasant to drink, but downright fun. Maydelle wines made from lemon and lime are their trademark. I didn't see any lemon lime wines, but I'm thinking
one was
margarita.
By itself at the store where I saw it.
Yeah, it was kind of. He didn't have buddies.
No.
But this sounds like a margarita, and I do love a good margarita.
And I think the same day I looked at this, I was also looking at that limoncello when we did the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And so there was plenty of lemon stuff over there.
But not there. So maybe they just don't mass produce it. Or at least not to, like, Total Wines. They say they also produce blackberry, strawberry, elderberry, peach, and more. They said it's a small-run family winery that sits out on the edge of Maydelle, Texas.
That makes sense.
I know. The Texas State Railroad runs through the forested backyard and rattles the window of the depot as it passes. They say they're a town saturated in history. It resides within the old train depot from the 1800s.
This is starting to sound like a ghost story.
Mm-hmm. They said they've raised... The Harpers have been on the hillside since the early 1970s and have raised 3 generations of children in these woods. That's
since 1970?
Since 1970.
They're fast moving for generations.
Stephen Harper is
1970 wasn't that long ago.
Well, Stephen Harper is the owner, founder, inventor, chief picker of fruits, fearless elderberry hunter, and good friend to all. His winning spirit and quick wit makes him laugh at work or away. Ask him how he got started. He'll give you a whale of a tale. And then Cheryl Ivy Harper is known as the know-it-all. She handles all the sales paperwork, stocks, where to find things, where to go to get things.
So we got the dreamer and we got the worker.
And then he's got his apprentice listed, and they've been at this for over 17 years and looking at another decade or 3. So
let's get going.
They say, so come on and brave the dirt road and join the fruit revolution.
Okay.
That is a direct quote from the website. I'm not making this up. Okay, it's just direct quotes.
Fruit Revolution in the cup.
Yeah, so the bottle is really simple. It's obviously a very red, purple wine color.
The color of the wine is beautiful.
Yeah, it's in a clear bottle, white label, purple train on the front of it, and it says elderberry in big bold letters, and it's 11% alcohol.
So it's a good one.
It should be pretty good. They have their address on here. And I was correct. It is in Europe. It says, in Europe, the elderberry was thought to be a magical plant and home to many spirits. They said, I ain't sure about any of that, but I know it makes a good country wine. And I had to read that with the accent because that's how I interpreted it. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Sounds like it needs an accent.
It needed an accent. I ain't sure about none of that.
It needs to come with a warning label like must read with accent.
Must read with accent. So, also, this has got a cork on it. I'm going to open it real quick. Dadgummit, I was going to go somewhere with that, but it don't matter. It don't matter. I'm going to open this and we're going to drink it. Oh, I chilled it. That's what I was going to say. I chilled this wine. I know it's a red wine, and red wines aren't technically supposed to be chilled, but something in my soul told me to put this in the fridge for a bit, so it's been in the fridge.
Because it's a fruity revolution. I'm sorry.
Revelation.
That too. Hey, the elderberry's got spirits in them.
Got spurts. Hang on.
It could be a revelation. Oh, I'm saying different words every time I say it.
Yeah. So, anyway, I did chill it for a little bit because I'm betting it's going to be kind of a sweet, like a table red type of wine. And so, in my heart of hearts, I just thought, I should chill this. And I don't know why. It doesn't say it on the bottle because I was like, why did I put this in the fridge? But somewhere in my soul, the spirits told me. Could have been my ancestors. Who knows?
The spirits of the elderberry.
Spirits of the elderberry. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ooh.
It smells real strong.
Ooh. You get a big whiff of, I don't know what elderberries smell like, so I'm assuming it smells like elderberry. And, but it smells also like alcohol. In case you don't know. So we're swirling. So when you pour it, it's actually like a pink
pretty
color. Like when you pour it in the glass, it's not as dark as it is in the bottle. Which is funny because the bottle is clear. But I feel like it looks lighter. It does not have... It's got some legs, but not as many as you would think. Because it smells
sweet.
Let's
taste it.
Interesting.
I don't know if I've ever had anything that's elderberry flavored.
Uh-huh.
So I have no idea, but I'm assuming the flavor that is fruity that I taste
is elderberry.
Is elderberries.
I hope so, because otherwise this is just awkward.
That's what it says on the bottle. But I definitely taste fruitiness.
I'm glad I chilled it. I think I would have liked it better even colder, but this is okay.
There's a bit of a bitter note at the end of it. It's not like aggressive or anything. It tastes like almost like when you bite into dark chocolate and that like thing that sits at the end.
Mm-hmm. Nope, I think you're right.
And I love dark chocolate.
It kind of reminds me of like wild blackberries, you know? They got a little bitterness to them. This is what this, or I'm sorry, dewberries. It's kind of what that reminds me of. Is a little bit of that flavor.
It's not super sweet. There's a lot of tart to it.
There's a lot more tart to it than I thought there would be. I was really expecting something a little sweeter, but it is sweet. So
and it's not aggressive, and I like it.
You could drink this as a table red.
Yes, I think so.
But I don't know why I put it on ice. I mean, I don't have it sitting on ice. I literally put it in the fridge last night, took it out to do this episode, and that's been sitting out while we set up.
My face is a little warm.
It's alcohol.
I will say I feel like this would go really well with pork. Because the little bit of sweetness to it that it does have, I feel like it would go well with pork.
I don't disagree with you. I think that could be pretty good too.
Maybe it's because I just bought a pork loin and cut it up into chops the other day.
Oh yeah,
maybe
let's
I
go
just
with
have
that.
Pork on the mind.
Just thinking about pork. That's all. Just like I do like that white meat. I'm sorry. I digress. So let's talk about the episode, because what are you really here for? You don't care what we think about wine. Nobody cares what we think about wine. You're here for the episode. And today on Season 3, Episode 6, we are talking about teens and noise control.
As soon as you think the word teen, all you think about is a bunch of young adults jamming out
to their
to
favorite
loud music.
Yeah, like that's their favorite thing to
and
do.
all the angry people that are 40 and up next door.
Because you know they're not happy about it. By God. Turn that down! I know that's a common phrase in our house. So, what I think I love most about teenagers, and I'm using this as like tongue-in-cheek, okay? What most thing I love about teenagers is they mumble when they talk, except when they're excited, but their music is always loud.
Yes, absolutely. And they expect you to hear every word that they mumble.
Oh my God.
Or they get angry.
Oh my God. It's just, they're ridiculous.
Well, if you enunciate.
My daughter is like the worst. She talks like this, and when you're talking, you're supposed to understand what she says, but she's talking like this, and you don't understand what she's saying. And I'm like, honey, what did you say? And then she's like,
fast talking.
I said,
I can see the anger coming out, or the frustration coming out.
And I'm like, I know what you were trying to say. I said, but the words that you were saying, you smushed them together.
Use context clues.
Yeah, you smushed them all together. How am I supposed to interpret what you smushed together? You can't. There's no room for interpretation. And she was so upset. And we did her birthday party recently, and I had 12 teenagers.
Oh, no.
Talking like that.
At the same time.
Yes, so they're all mumbling. They can understand each other. It's like secret code. It's kind of, it like reminds me of like when people are speaking in like
when we used to do Pig Latin as kids.
Pig Latin. I was thinking of like people that pick up all these additional languages like fairy or Elven or, all these languages that have been created.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, and people are like, oh no, this is an interpretation. Like, I need an interpreter. I don't speak
Klingon,
exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking, Klingon.
Why are all my references going like full on science and you're going all in on your fiction?
I'm sorry. This is where my head is today. Actually, I've only been thinking about Lord of the Rings recently, so that's probably where I'm going. Like, my husband and I've been discussing it, and I've just been nerding out. How can you not think
about Aragorn and Legolas on like a daily period?
So back to the episode. Only time my daughter talks at any level where I can understand her is when she's super excited or extremely wound up about something. So if she's mad at somebody, you can understand her. If she's really excited about something, you can understand her. Anything in between those two, nothing.
I've got a nephew that's about 15, and he kind of lives up in this big space upstairs in their house.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to go somewhere else with that. Like, he lives in his own world, in his own mind.
It is. It's like a weird space. It's got like a little mini bar thing, and it's like a playroom where they got like this big projector screen, and there's really nothing up there but that. Right?
Okay.
Anyway, so that's where he like lives, and all night long he plays his laptop games and I don't know, calls people bad names. I don't know what he does up there. But he does it up there so that no one messes with him, right? Mm-hmm. So every time I come by, they force him to come down
and interact
to say hello. And it's like the most awkward thing ever because he don't want nothing to do with us.
No, and then when you like...
And my kid, he knows because he's a wrestler. Mm-hmm. And so my kid loves to go watch him wrestle. Mm-hmm. And we've been like 3 times now. And so whenever he sees him, he thinks he needs to wrestle him. So he just jumps at him. And my nephew just takes him down. He does smile. He loves it. He loves playing with my little like that. But then after about 5 minutes, it gets old and he creeps his way back up to the upstairs loft area.
Gollum.